Good morning, folks. This is. You know what? This is in 90. It's been a while since I really actually used my previous title. But they wanted to see about showcasing the new site updates that we've had so far. Keep in mind that this site is pretty much free to play and free to join and everything else. But if you want to do things like get ahead in the games to get bigger airdrops over the weekend, then it will cost you some moolah if you want to claim your spot. Right now, there isn't too many people out there right now, and we're not really too much into the beta phase anymore, and it's more into trying to just get more people involved so I can kind of see what's happening with the site itself. So today's stream, I just kind of wanted to show you guys essentially what you can do with the site, what you can't do, and like I said, just highlight all the perks that we have so far with everything going on with the 90 Bears project. The 90 Bears project, for those of you who are not aware of us, it's basically a crypto project that was launched the Kronos network that was meant to be more of a security for the longest time, but then kind of dived more into utilities with NFT projects, and then dipped into the gaming community now. All these games that I've created are pretty much all my handiwork. I have a lot that I'm sort of trying to fix here and there. But of course, if you catch this video and have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to comment or send me a message on Discord or on the X account, and I will do my best to try to fix whatever issues you're having or add in whatever sort of things you want added into the actual site itself. But first off, let's take a look at our little introduction here for the 90 Bears project. Like I said, we are a Kronos-based project, so only Crow tokens are pretty much allowed to be able to be used on this site. We do have whitelisted tokens, which are extremely important for people who want to be able to use their tokens that they pretty much just have sitting in the background, pretty much not doing anything for themselves, or even abandoned tokens that devs kind of just left for the community to sort of mellow out on their own. So there are tokens that I've whitelisted to kind of just give people a chance to just either discard them or use them for something to be earned that's worth their money. So with 90 Bears project, we do have our 5 exclusive tokens that do pay out every single weekend. I know I have not been doing it too, I guess, frequently, weekly wise, but a lot of stuff, as you guys know, have been making it a little difficult for me to actually keep up with everything. But anytime that I do miss a week here or there, I do double the earnings for the weeks that I have either forgotten or I've been too busy to kind of cater to the airdrops. And keep in mind that we provide airdrops as rewards versus you guys claiming anything. Because claiming wise, that means that you would have to pay out of your pocket to actually claim the tokens that you can earn, versus where I just simply go ahead and just airdrop you tokens for free. So you don't have to ever worry about the cost of having to claim anything. A lot of websites or dexes or whatever was it, platforms they have out there, they usually try to get their fees from you claiming stuff all the time. But I don't really believe in that, because for me it's just a little tiny amount that I have to pay because I airdrop it to everybody all at the same exact time. So for me, it's not a big deal to pay that for you. But the thing is, you got to play the games, and you just got to be, engaged within the activities that we have for the Bears project. For Twitch in general, we do have monetization there, so anytime we do get our payouts, I do put that money aside to pretty much do a buyback for our big bears token, which bears is our main priority. The other four tokens are all paired up with bears, and bears is paired up with crow. So that way you guys have a substantial amount that you're able to actually cash out at all times, unlike many other crypto projects out there who have like a very small, tiny liquidity. It makes it very difficult to actually cash out, right? But for this one, we've got, well, I mean, we had almost like $3,000 to $4,000 that was in the liquidity, but with things going as it's going with Crow right now, it's dropped it down to half because of, well, I'm sure you guys have been keeping up with everything, hopefully. With everything going on, it's just not been doing well. No Crow token is really doing the best right now. But anyways, like I said, bears are a big one. And one key feature you guys want to keep in mind is that on our homepage for the bears project, all of our whitelist tokens are featured, and these are all tokens that you may want to, get a little bit of holding here and there or not, doesn't matter. The thing is, you'll be able to actually see your Crow value for each token. It's not 100% accurate, as I manually enter all the values myself whenever I see a substantial change in Crow, but it more or less shows how much it's actually worth. Like I said, it's not super accurate. I haven't been able to go in there and change it yet, only because the values are constantly changing, and I do like Obsidian Finance, and they don't really have a launch page for like doing their values yet, because they sort of pull their values from like everywhere, wherever the cheapest one is. So like I said, I manually add them here and there whenever I have the chance. Like I said, you'll be able to see all your values of all the tokens that we have whitelisted only. So if you have any ticket tokens that are not whitelisted, that are not on this list, it's not that you don't own them, it's just that it's just not on the site right now. It's not an acceptable currency that we have for you to be able to make purchases if you decide to purchase anything. Do keep in mind that you don't have to buy anything from our site at all. Everything here is 100% free. It just might take you a little bit longer to actually get what you want to get, or to start rising in the ranks for our leaderboards. So, like I said, these are all of our whitelist tokens, and all of these whitelisting tokens will make sense in a bit. You can change your name if you want. Change your username at any point that you want to change it, because all of our leaderboards and all of our games actually do showcase your username as well as your wallet. And keep in mind that you do have to sign a contract on there stating that you allow the site to actually access your wallet. So you do need to have a Crow wallet. I'm looking into maybe, just a big maybe for people who don't want to, involve any money stuff like at all. And I might see about adding in that feature to where you don't have to access your wallet. Instead, you would just have to just log in instead, as an alternative for people who don't want to open this up on their PC or on their phones, because you can open this up on your phone, but you have to open it through your phone's DeFi wallet. So if you're using something like the Crypto.com DeFi app, you can actually open this up. If you open it up on MetaMask, you have to open it up through your web browser's MetaMask on your phone to actually open up your wallet. And I know it's a whole ordeal having to do it, but like I said, we do pay out very well. Okay. For all my community members, they'll all vouch that you do get a nice little chunk every weekend when I do the airdrop. We don't do giveaways with this token, so if you're really looking for giveaways, we're not going to really do it that way. What we do have is battle bears, which is what I'll talk about afterwards. But like I said, this is a whitelist. This is where you change your usernames and log in, specifically by using your wallet address that you need to have with Crow. Next section is our B zone. Our B zone is our vending machine. Our vending machine drops you 1 currency of a point every single day. And you will have this timer that shows you that you have to wait 24 hours for the next one to come. And it auto drops into your account. You don't have to click any claim buttons or anything like that. It just drops right in. If you logged in for the very first time, then you're not going to be able to get a point until the next day, because everything won't really come into account until that timer hits 0. So if you happen to miss that countdown for that day and you just barely logged in, you're not going to be able to get a point, sadly. You'll just have to wait it out. With your points, the points are one of the biggest aspects about the game, because in order to play any of our games, you do have to get a point to spend on the vending machine. Our vending machines will dispense these awesome looking stickers. Variety ones. They're all of your favorite animes, cartoons, movies, franchises, but they all have bears or dog ears attached to any of them. Or some of them are also just different projects. So I made a specific one for the Kronos army of this guy right here, which is legendary. Got one for Wario, of course, because of the Wario token. And I can't see the others. But we do have a good chunk already out there. I forgot how many we have right now. I think it's like, 30 or 40 different stickers. Now this is a gacha system, so you want to be using the vending machine as frequently as possible. So you can go ahead and get these stickers, because these stickers are the characters that you need to have in order to play our games. And each of them have a different commonality. One is common, uncommon, rare, and legendary status. Percentages are shown here, where legendary is 5%, because like I said, right now there aren't that many tokens. I mean, there aren't that many stickers right now, so you could probably get a lot of these tokens or all of these stickers very quickly. And if you end up getting a duplicate, we will airdrop just tokens. Tokens is not a real token, it's just one of our side currencies that we have to be able to exchange for leveling up systems and everything later on. You can always check to see how this looks like. It does function, so when you click on it, it does roll for whatever. And like that, I got a duplicate, sadly. So duplicate of a common is 50 tokens. If you get duplicates of higher rarities, you will be given more tokens. So there's that, but I wouldn't be spending all of your points on just this vending machine, only because there's other stuff that you use your points for in this whole site. So this is everything you need to know. You don't have to worry about the stuff down here. I am probably going to get rid of this little section right here, because you already can just click on these things up here to catch the other games. The next part is our Battle Bears tournament. Battle Bears tournament is only available for users who own our Death Bear NFT collection. So like I mentioned before, we don't have giveaways for our project, but we do have these tournaments where you can basically use your points. Once again, our big currency here. Use your points to actually power up your NFTs that you enter into the tournament. Now, we do currently have one tournament available right now that you can enter, but again, you do have to buy an NFT, which you just click on this link. It takes you to Corgi Studios, and you'll be able to fetch yourself one of these fine Death Bear NFTs. Some users went kind of crazy and set them up for 1 million Crow. So much props to those guys, but there's also some who are charging very small amounts, so 37.50 here, very small amounts. But you can also still mint them for a low price. Yeah, so right now they're 50 crow to mint, so that's not too much. That's like $5 or $10, I think. I can't remember. So they were a lot more expensive when they first came out, but these are pretty much worth it because anybody who joins the Battle Bears tournament, they're not everybody, but we do have different spots. Like the main one right now, the prize pool is 250 million bears. I think that's like $50 or $60 worth in USD right now. The first one I think was like almost $200 when we did the first tournament. I had to drop it down because people were just selling all the tokens they pretty much earned. But we do have 3 spots. We have first place, second place, and third place. I will increase the positions to even up to probably 5 places so that users can get, or they can earn 1 of each of our tokens. Since we do have 5 tokens right now for the project. So, like I said, the more participants we get, the more spots I'm going to open up for people right now. Because right now we only have 3 people. One of them is me, so I don't count. I wouldn't worry about mine. I was just testing things out. So we got some viewers over here who are spending 110. Just crazy, right? It's a big amount. The more NFTs you have, of course, the more power you're going to get for free. I believe it's like 5. Yeah, you get 5 points for every NFT that you have in your wallet. Because our website will search your wallet to see how many NFTs you own, and it'll give you 5 points for each NFT you own. So you get those 5 free points, and on top of that, you will also be getting more points as you spend your points. This is our boosting chances. It used to be known as the bet system, which is why it says bet points. But it's not really a bet anymore. It's more of just increasing your power. The way the Battle Bear system works is that the more power you have, when you go up against a different user, you're basically just going to automatically defeat that person instantly. Because if you have like 110 power, the other person only has 5 power, well, guess what? 110 power is going to beat that 5 power like that. So the more power you have, the more chances you're going to have to actually be able to win each round. So, like I said, points are super important. Right now, users cannot buy points. You can buy tokens, but you cannot buy points on our site. So everybody gets 1 free point per day to spend as they choose. And like I said, I'll show you later as well as to how you can get more points if you can't wait a whole day. Technically, there is a buying system, but it's really not worth it. I have to say, I don't believe it's worth it to use our paying system when it comes to that, because I really wanted it to be as close to being fair as possible when it came to earning points, because points was supposed to be a very scarce currency to get on our site. So right now, when we have 2 fighters right now, I don't start the tournaments until we have at minimum 10 players. So there has to be 10 people who join in for me to start the tournament. And the entry fee is 15 crow. I believe 15 crow is like, I think $1.50 or $2, I think. So it's a small amount, and you don't have to pay it in crow. You can pay it in any of our whitelisted tokens that are, once again, right over here. So you can pay it in any of these things, but it has to be 15 crow worth. So like I said, if you have any of these tokens, and if any of these are shit tokens, or you don't care about them, or they're abandoned projects, like 1 crow for sure, I'm pretty sure is an abandoned project at this point. But I still have money in there. You can use that to actually pay for your entry into Battle Bears. So that is the Battle Bears system. Like I said, the more people we get in, then the more prizes I'm going to be handing out to players. Next up is our Battle Bears card game. This is our latest game that I made. I think I made it this month. Yeah, I made this game this month. It's a card game. I want to say sort of, but it's a very simplistic card game. I'm probably gonna work more on this later on. But the way that this game works is that every single card, based off of their rarity, because this one does have the stickers that you currently get for free, of course, with the point system. But you can also get one of the NFTs that has way better stat bonuses. So once again, this is where the NFTs right here come in handy. We don't have any staking contracts or anything like that for the NFTs right now, only because it pays. Well, it's better just to be able to use your NFTs here on the site instead, because I want to refrain from having you to go over there and put that in there, and once you block them up in the stakes, you can't use them here anymore. So that's why I'm kind of staying away from staking right now. But you get to use them in here. I do have, I think, one NFT. Yeah, so I have one NFT that I left here just to kind of see what it looks like as a test run. So our commons, if I'm not mistaken, they get any stats between 1 to 10, I think. So everybody will have different stats. Every single card is different. None of them are the same, or they should not be the same based on the way that I had it set up. So every common card that you get is going to have here between 1 to 10 for HP, defense is 1 to 10, and attack is 1 to 10. We do have a level up system, of course, to increase the stats. Every time you level up, you pretty much will get 1 point for every single of their stats. So once you level this card up, for standby, for example, it'll boost up to 4 attack, 4 HP, and 7 HP. So the more level ups you get, the stronger they're going to get, of course, right? And in order for a card to actually be allowed to level up, because right now I can't even level this up if I wanted to, because the XP gauge is not full. It needs to be full. So anytime that your specific card that you use, whenever it defeats another card in the playing field, that specific card that defeated the other one gives it XP. I think it's 10 XP for each kill. So that way at least the first one pretty much will get a guaranteed level up that you can get. Yeah, and it does increase. Like this one right here, this is already a level 2 card that's legendary. And the XP required is 20 XP to actually get to the next one. So they'll all go up. And keep in mind that for this game, it's really important to try to level up all of your cards, because I made it to where it's sort of a fair system in place where any of your cards are going to be randomly used in our game. And it's really important to be able to like upgrade them all. I mean, I guess technically one sneaky way you can get by is just like making sure you only get like 10 cards in the vending machine and just stick with those 10 the entire time. But it kind of messes up all the other games if you do it that way. But like I said, we do have a leaderboard right now, and it's not that long. There's only technically 4 players because I don't count myself. So whoever has the most wins pretty much hits the top of the board. The neat thing about this game is that anytime a user upgrades any of their character cards, it does generate those updates to the AI, because every AI battle uses somebody else's deck. So you might end up going up against another player who has some very tough cards to fight. So you might get lucky, you might not. So the more players we get, the more decks you guys will be able to see, and you'll be able to actually see these wallet addresses here. I'm still trying to figure out how to put their usernames in here instead, but having a hard time with it. But eventually we'll fix it to where it's just gonna do it that way. But yes, this is basically how it's gonna be working. Like you want to be able to have somebody who hits hard take out somebody else here, and also for this game, even though they have like defenses here and there that users have to break through to actually hit their HP, every single character still takes 1 damage no matter what. I made it that way in case if users end up getting stuck, like going up against another player who like have the same thing going on, and you're kind of just stuck and can't do anything, right? If you guys are just attacking each other and you both have really high defenses. So I fixed it to where you will still take 1 damage no matter what. It's just a mechanic in place to ensure that somebody wins. So we do this with 1 crop roll. It's got 9 attacks, the highest one that I got. 5 defense. I want to go with this one right here. It's not going to kill him, but it's going to hurt him. Do it again. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Cool. So he killed him, and when it's their turn, they're choosing whoever they want to choose as well. So I set up to where the AI just randomly selects somebody. They're not going to be strategic and picking whatever they want. It's just whatever. They'll attack whatever. And so I already have 1 card here. So you'll be looking at this section right here where it says opponent cards defeated. Once this reaches 10, you win. If the AI reaches 10, you lose. The legendary cards are the ones you have to watch out for, because the legendary ones, they will have really high stats and really tough to kill. And later on, I'll probably see about adding in... Oh, I just lost that guy because he died. I'm going to see about adding in some abilities for these cards to have. But for right now, I just want to have just the basic stuff right now until I can figure out how I'm going to like really, dive in and bring out abilities like maybe cards I can heal, maybe cards that can do double damage, or if they go up against certain characters and they're going to have, a higher attack against them. But it's not going to have like anything like class-wise or anything. It's just going to be more of like, let's say there's a Superman in there, and if I happen to make it like a Lex Luthor or something, right? Then maybe Superman could do double damage only to Luthor cards or something like that. But that's like much later on when I have more stickers for you guys out there. Jeez, kind of want these characters to die so I can get something better. So like I said, everything is all random. So whatever characters you get here as your front line, they're going to be random. You shouldn't be getting the same character over and over again. Just thinking about to die. I'm almost done. I just have let's see, 5, 6 attack. It's okay. I'll let Superman die. I need him to die so I can get a better character. Oh, there we go. 11 attack. Perfect. Use Johnny Cage Bear. Take out Nemesis. Ugh. Damn. Perfect. There's only 2 left I have to kill. Take out these 2 and I'm done. Have Chronos General, attack of 21. It's over. Super easy. I know this account, OX5A, I believe that's somebody's using a Smurf account that I saw. If you ever battle this guy, you're probably going to win. From what I've been told, he doesn't really log on very much for this account. So, it's going to be an easy one. If you see him. If you battle somebody else, like if you end up going up against my deck, or maybe even this guy right here, you're going to be in trouble. OX5 and OX10, those 2 are not very tough. Alright, So there's that. So now I should have gotten some XP for, yeah, so Kronos General now has XP. Earlier he didn't have any, but he killed like 2 guys. So we got max Gauge for his XP. Same thing with the Super Bear. So there's 2 ways of leveling up your characters. The first one is of course leveling up for free. So you end up losing 1 point, but you only have 1% chance to actually level him up. So that one, of course, failed because 1%, but it did increase to 2%. So you see, now it says 2% because it's kind of like a pity system. Every time you fail, it increases. So you can also pay with a Crow token as well. So only our whitelisted tokens are allowed. And I believe it's like 10 Crow, yeah. So it's got to be 10 Crow in value. So you can pay in Crow, you can pay in Bears, you can pay in Ari token, you can pay in Robin token, whatever you want. You know, as long as it's in our whitelisting tokens. And once you do it and you pay the fee, it automatically jumps to the next level. So this will go straight to level 2 instantly. And you get all the stats and everything. So that's how Battle Bears card game works. We have Shooting Game, which I did update, I believe, this week. The shooter game is one of the very, actually, it's one of the very few ways that you can earn tokens to be able to exchange into points later on. But for these tokens that we have, these tokens are mainly for our shop. So you have to spend your tokens to actually be able to get duplicates, which you then spend to, what's it called? To level up your characters. But these ones also have a percentage as well, just like the card game. But these ones start off at 9%, only because there's extra steps involved to actually, buff them up. So they start off at 9% and it goes up every time you fail. We do have a daily system that you want to be doing. I forgot to log in yesterday, and so we came back. You won't be able to claim any dailies until you actually complete just one wave. Doesn't matter which one you do, but you have to do a wave. And for these ones, you can deploy anything you want. Every single character does have an ability that I added into place, but it's only for rarities uncommon and higher who actually have a real ability. The other ones just have something called a basic shot, which is just the regular ones that you see when you play the game. And they just look like that. Legendaries, they all have the ability to shoot a lightning bolt, which deals like, I forgot how much, but it's a pretty big amount. It's basically almost an insta-kill. At least for the first wave, it's an insta-kill. After that, it'll get higher. Because these enemies, their HP does increase the higher the waves get. And we do have NFTs that the more NFTs you own, the more bonuses you get. I currently have 66 of the NFTs that I have for sale right now in Corgi. So I'm getting 98 extra tokens for every kill. So every enemy I kill, I get 98 tokens for it. And right here is, of course, the link to be able to actually get the NFTs. And here's where you can actually buy tokens. Like I said, this is one way to get free points. Well, not free points, but if you want to have more points and you can't wait 24 hours for the next drop to come out for free, then technically you can just buy tokens. You will get 1,000 tokens for every 1 crow that you buy. So you can just buy like 25 of these. So spend 25 crow and you can cash them out in the B zone, where you can exchange your tokens for 25,000 to get 1 point. So that's what I'm saying, like, you can do that if you really want to go in there and buy your way into this, then by all means you can. But if not, you just have to wait. I mean, when you first start these games, you're gonna have a very slow start. But as the days go by, you're gonna get better. I mean, you may not be able to even claim the daily one because you're only gonna have um, one fighter to actually shoot things. So I know it sucks, but give it some time and you'll be able to use everything. But again, these are for the free accounts, and these ones you can claim the tokens very easily. So I come back tomorrow, I get 50 again. Anytime you miss a streak, you go back. I'll probably have like a paying feature that you guys can use later on. It's where you can just spend probably tokens. So I don't want you guys spending money. So probably spend a good amount of tokens and you'll be able to get your bonus back. So these bonuses get pretty high. Especially once you start reaching day 13, you get 1,000, and then 2,000, then 3,000. It keeps going up until finally day 30, you get 10,000 tokens. So not too shabby. Bear Strike is our RPG game with shards. Oh, hang on. Here, oh. Weird. Sorry, I missed the message. But okay, so we have all our characters here. You can use 1,000 tokens to actually level up your characters to give them more stats to be able to beat the bosses. These campaigns are pretty tough though, just so you guys are aware. I made them very, very strong on purpose to make it so that you guys have to be playing the game more frequently to actually get what you need. The first time you beat each stage, you get both tokens and you get points. So this is also another way to get more points on our site for free. This thing will actually tell you how much power is sort of required to beat them. So the first one is pretty easy with only 1,000 power needed. Then we have 3, then 8. It keeps going up higher and higher because, like I said, I don't know anybody who's actually been able to reach the last stage yet. Every time I add in a new token, a new campaign does open up. And like I said, it's worth it. You get the points and the tokens for actually getting it. And you can replay these things over and over and over again to get tokens. So you can get tokens by playing the campaign, or you can get tokens by playing the shooter game. But these games are not that bad. Let me see if I can do this one. I haven't done stage 2 yet. If I start this battle, you do have to select, I think, like 4 or 5. Yeah, so you have to get 5 characters. But you only need 1 technically to play it. So let's put that one. Put all 5 of these. I don't really care. And we do have NFTs on this one, but you're probably not going to be able to get any of the NFTs for this one because the NFTs that I put specifically for this game was for our members special that we had. Those were our 90 Bear special NFTs, and there were only 12 of them that were ever created. So one user bought like 4 or 5 of them, and then everybody else only has like 1 or 2 maybe. So good luck trying to get one of those NFTs, but they are super strong and super useful. I believe one of them, every single one of those, I think has like 1,000 or 1,200 power. So it could basically beat stage 1 and 2 pretty easily. The way this one works is that everybody gets a turn based off of their speed. So the Chronos General has 140 speed. He gets his turn first. He's going to attack whoever he wants. Let's take out this right here. So there we go. Based on his stats, you'll see. When the enemy attacks, they attack at random. So that's why you saw all these health bars go down. They all hit someone at one point. Again, this is meant to make it very tough because I didn't have enough. Um, and that's how tough the second didn't have enough. Um, and that's how tough the second stage can be. So, like I said, if you have an NFT, it's well worth it. If not, it's gonna be tough. And I think there might be somebody selling an NFT. I'm not sure. Oh yes, one person, only one user has put up their NFT for sale for 1059, and everyone else is just holding their NFT. So like I said, there's that one. If you want that one, you got it. But it's very expensive. And right now the leaderboard is really not that bad. There used to only be like 3 players who played this game, but now we're at 7, well, technically 6. And this is one way to keep track of how many points users also have. So when you're doing battle bears and you're in there, I'd recommend looking over here to kind of see how many points the other users have. And keep in mind that there's a good chance they might try to use these points that they have to increase their bets. So that way it's kind of transparent to always know how many points players have. We do have a shop as well. You can buy loot crates, which will increase the stats pretty high, I believe. I do have to fix something on this one because I'm hearing that some users are having issues where the stats are going down instead of up. So I'm going to fix that. But otherwise, I believe for these ones, for like every level, they only get like 1 point, I think, for all of their stuff. So it's way better to get their shards than it is to actually level them up. But you do what you want to do. It's up to you. Then cosplay miners. I believe this is our big one. The one that people like to play the most because you only have to log in once every 4 hours and it'll restart the mining feature. This one you get diamonds that you can exchange into tokens. Right now, yes, 561 million. So there used to be a lot more players, but I did reset everything, I think, on Monday or something. So now it kind of went down. So keep in mind that the top players do get a bigger chunk of the pool of tokens that I give out every week. So you want to be making sure that you're trying to get as high in the leaderboards as possible. This thing, there are tokens that can be found just randomly. So we do have the 5. Well, your percentage will change or differ from what I have, but you will get percentages to finding random tokens every couple of minutes. Then you have your mines that will mine for you whatever you have every second. So I get 17 per second. I might have to drop it to minutes because some people are not using their diamonds. So the thing is that everything in here, if you want to level stuff up like your mines, or you want to do a boost, or you want to level up, I believe, yeah. No, wait, leveling up I think costs points. Shoot. That was an accident. Yes, I ended up spending a point. So this one charges you a point to actually level up. It tells you right there, a point. So it starts up at 1% and it goes up. If not, again, you can pay to actually get the guarantee if you want it. If you want to upgrade your mine, you just spend diamonds. That's all it is. Let's see. Our next one is our Space Bears. So Space Bears is more of something about just stuff that I write. I'm probably going to change this because I didn't like the way the story was going. I'm most likely going to be doing a webtoon sort of style instead, so you guys can just visually see what's happening and do minimal reading. All you have to do is just, it's kind of like a blog. I guess it's like a blog, I guess, to where you just go in and you go ahead and use all of your reactions that you have access to. The more NFTs that you own, that you can buy right here at the Moonshine Bears, the more you own, the more bonuses you get every single time that you click on the reactions, and you get extra reaction stickers as well. It's like right now, since I have 27, I get 1% bonus right now. And my stickers only get me 0.02. Check leaderboard, you can see who's here. So right now, there's not that many. There's only 7 people, so it's not going to be that hard to get in here. And lastly, we have Floppy Dog. Pretty much Flappy Bird, but in dog form. This one, you basically just get bacon that you use to level up your characters. I forgot what the tokens are for. Oh no, the bacon feeds your characters, which once it's maxed out, you're able to actually level them up with tokens. Floppy, I mean, this is for the Crow Dog token. I'm not the owner of Crow Underdog, but I know the person, and it's kind of an affiliate directly with our token project. Go with this one here. So they got 0. They don't have any bonuses really, but there is. Oh no! I just realized the NFT thing doesn't show. So we do have NFTs on here. I'm gonna put a link. But later on, when I put the link in, you'll be able to get the link to see the Crow Dog NFT bonus. I think as long as you own one, I think, you get the special stuff no matter what. Whoops. I was paying attention. Try again. There you go. So it's basically, like I said, it's basically Flappy Bird, but it's in dog form. So you get 1, 2. Oh, I died. And you do get 1 shield, but again, this is only because I actually have a Crow Dog NFT, and I'm able to get all of these bonuses in place. If I didn't have the Crow Dog NFT, I wouldn't be able to do that. So right now she gets 2,500 hunger. Beat her once. She's got 10 now. Beat her 2 times. She's almost there. Beat her 1 more time. Bam. And to level her up, it only costs 10 of my tokens. It'll pop up eventually. You have to refresh the page to actually see that. So if you do that and you see that this number hasn't changed, you actually have to refresh the page. Because I'm trying to fix that, but I don't know what the heck's wrong with the site not letting me update it immediately. But once you refresh it and take a look at Big Bear again, it should say 2. Yeah, so she's at 2. The higher level they are, the more bonuses they get. So the percentage multiplier does go up by a little tiny bit, depending on how much levels they have. Yeah, like I said, right here, the NFT bonus. Oh, that's right. If you don't own one, a link will pop up right here, and it'll take you straight to our to where you can buy one on Corgi Studios. But that's pretty much how everything is played. And like I said, I don't think there's that many people right now that are playing the game. So every weekend I do an airdrop. I airdrop with a tier system. So the higher you are in the chart, the more of the pot that you're going to get. I usually give out, for right now, since there's not that many players right now, I'm airdropping, I think it's like between $5 to $10 worth of each token that coordinates with the game. Not that you're going to get $5 or $10 for yourself. It's a shared pot that you split between all of the users based on how high they are in the leaderboards. So of course, first place will get majority of the pot, probably like 70 or 80%. But only for this one, because it's a small amount. There's only 4 people, right? So they'll get a big chunk, and then second place will get the other one. But I don't count myself. This is just me testing things out. So I never count my account ever. Technically, this only has 3 players that are playing the game. So this should be easy to play. This is based on how much bacon that you have. The more bacon you own, the higher you'll be. But keep in mind that you will be losing bacon anytime you feed it to your bears. So you choose wisely. Either just keep playing the game, keep getting the same amount of bacon you're getting every single time, or increase those bacons by leveling up. It's well worth it. Space Bears gets you Moonshine Bear tokens, so that is MSB. My bad. Floppy Dog, you have Crow Dog tokens. My bad. I forgot to mention that. So Crow Dog tokens, MSB tokens. Cosplay Mining will get you Cosplay Bear tokens, so CPB. Bear Strike gets you 99 bottles of bear, so NBB. Shooter gets you Cans for Bear, which is CFB. BBCG gets you Battle Bears card game, gets you Bears token. And then right now, like I said, Battle Bears, you're getting bears right now. And like I said, the more players we have, then I'm going to be adding in extra tokens that you'll be getting from our project. And that's pretty much our site. That's everything that we have to offer right now. I'm going to keep working on the site itself whenever I get a chance. But that's essentially the 90 Bears project, where we are right now with everything and how everything works. So like I said, everything is completely free. You just have to basically wait until you're able to get what you can. But I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see your name on leaderboards at some point. And I will catch you guys. Oops, just realized that my alerts were like way off. Okay, cool. And I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.